There you are, back again, just for some observations. And we go to mass. We go to mass every Sunday. Well, vigil. I go to the vigil mass on the Saturday, and when I was down in the stall, I went to mass 3 days, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday with my good friend Father Sean Sheehy. Lovely mass, and several others, and it's just very refreshing. And his words of prayer um, that he says during the mass, and the sort of little talk that he gives with the Word of God, it's always very uplifting. And he's a marvelous priest. He was 44 years in Baton Rouge, Alabama, Louisiana, and he deals with schools, and he deals with prisons. Probably help prisoners to see the light. And he also then was in parishes, and they didn't want him to go. He was 44 years there, and a lovely priest. So then I go to mass other places, and sometimes what homily or the priest is given a talk after after the gospel, or that sometimes you just don't know what point that they're trying to make. It never seems to register with me, and if it doesn't register with me, it mustn't register with a lot of others. It's like what would I call it? It's there isn't any conviction on that it grips you, so that when you go out, you're bit that tall because you've got the Word of God in a good, strong way, which I get from Father Sean Sheehy. Some other priests I get it from. I get it when I look at the internet. Father Michael O'Connor in Our Lady in the Bay Church in St. Louis, Missouri, and he gives a great talk. Sometimes then he does for Radio Maria. It's very uplifting. He's just gifted that way, and a lot of people follow him, thousands. I do as well, and I often make a remark because his words are so good. And I look at some other items with regard to the political situation in the United States or in this country, or what have you, from people that have views. It's not always what it appears to be. We're lucky to have a stable country in many ways, and that we have freedom, and we can go about in safety and all that. These are important things that we're not going to be subject to any kind of attacks or anything of that caliber. So these are very good, and but there's problems in other parts with the amount of people that have invaded from different parts of the world, and they're not exactly coming here for because of love of war, and to come here for, you might say, well, I won't say economic, but for all the benefits that apparently they can enjoy. I mean, there's a limit to that. Perhaps the EU is subsidising it, but that's no way for any country like Ireland to have to accommodate so many. It's causing difficulties in different areas. So these are problems that have occurred, and so all I'd ever do is pray for. I don't comment about these things because it's prayer that save our souls, not being involved in anything else, but to do occur. And if you're fortunate to be in a parish why the sacrament of confession is not as widely available as it should be, and the great gift of the sacrament of confession is not spoken about by many priests that I've ever heard, or by the bishops, and I think it's very neglectful because it's a great sacrament. It cleans the slate, and you can start again. And young people would be aware of that very much, and older folk as well. And people, I think, are going to communion that mightn't have been at Mass even. So they're neglecting in their duty there, to my way of thinking. So these are just observations. But we're thankful for a lot of other things that are good. Yeah, that we're still here and we're able to do what we can. One good thing about our church here in Oldcastle is that we can receive Holy Communion at the altar raise and receive it on the tongue, which I do, which is great. And there's cushions now to make it a bit more bearable when you're kneeling at the altar raise. There was no cushion there for a good bit, and you were kneeling on the tiles or whatever you'd like to call it. But now it's good. Bye now. Enjoy the rest of your day.